Cybernation Uncensored.
All right. I am not going to appease the mute gods today. You are not allowed to do so. Folks, hello. Very happy to be here. This is Capricious Nature dropping back in with our wonderful players for our Fallout Asia campaign. I'm trying to get our Roll20 working properly on here, and it doesn't seem to want to do so. Aha! There we go. So, folks, we are back with our Fallout 2D20 Asia campaign, and I am our GM, or our overseer for the game. I'm just fixing up our little windows here, and I'm going to have our players introduce themselves before we start off. And we're going to be doing so with our newest addition to the crew. Violet Neon, go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about who you're going to be playing today.
Hello, I am Violent Neon. You can find me here now every Friday and every Saturday for the next two in here. And when not here, you can find me on Cybernation Uncensored's Discord as Violent Neon. And I'm playing a survivor who doesn't really know where he is. The last he remembered, he was not on this continent. So, yeah. We're kind of going to see where things go from here. Otherwise, you know, he's really good with words. He likes talking, and yeah, we'll see if the group likes talking to him, or if they want him to shut up. Kind of like they probably want me to shut up right now, so we can get on with the introductions.
You are all good. Thank you very much. Our next on up is going to be Raven. Raven, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey everyone, I'm Raven. Tonight I'll be playing Camacho, the Merc Survivor. You can catch me all over the internet at Doña Trece Cuervo. Thank you.
Awesome, thank you. Johnny, go for it.
Hey everybody, I'm John. Johnny Drop over on the Discord. You can find me here every Friday and for the next couple of Saturdays for some great campaigning. And I also have a SoundCloud at Arxin if you'd like to check that out, ARXIN. And I will be playing Minsky tonight, your lovable little nurse handybot.
Awesome, thank you. Let's see, Logar, go for it.
Hey, I'm Logar the Ogar. You can find me here, twitch.tv/Logar the Ogar and twitter.com at Logar the Ogar. I am playing Val Jacobs, who was a baby with his parents in Taiwan from America when the bombs fell, and he's grown up in a foreign land that has been destroyed his entire life. And he is a valuable and effective member of his team, and he will do great by them.
Of course, always. Only the most valuable members. Alright, Stinkpalm, go for it.
I'm Tracy, or StevePalm007. You can catch me on Twitter or in the chat here, Discord, etc. And I play Dr. Ho Jianyu, the eccentric scientist. Other things I got going on, you should see my link tree pop up in the chat before long. And you can catch Jianyu's journal through one of the links there. You can also check out Medicine in the Time of Rad, MedTech supplement for Cyberpunk Red. And yeah, besides that, that's what I got going on right now.
Was your alarm going off?
Yeah, I'm over by a fire station. My house is not very far from one.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Thought you were being raided by the feds.
Yeah, I was like, man, you gotta go.
Oh, that
Something is
gave
happening.
me a literal fucking heart attack. Yeah, yeah, fucking, oh my god.
I tuned it out at this point. It's all like it just goes off all the time.
Well, the sound that was coming from it sounds very, very similar to air raid sirens, and
Yeah.
where I'm living, that sound is not something to be taken even remotely lightly. So I just got a extreme heart attack from it.
Sorry about that.
It's okay.
You mean gift packages from the mainland?
Oh God. Okay. Well.
From
Okay, my heart rate's coming back
the
down.
PRC.
Oof. Yeah. To start this off right, fuck China. There we go. Okay. So, I am your GM, your overseer for our session. We are here for Fallout Asia. We've got a couple of links already posted up in chat, and I'm about to post down my own as well. I have 2 sets for my own, so I have to figure out which one to post. And my brain is still very discombobulated. It's a LARP now. War never changes. Please, no. Please, please, no. No, no, no. So yeah, all of the links for our players can be found there in our chat. For my own, I've got a couple of announcements to drop for everybody. Number one, I want to give a big shout out over to Modifius. Thank you, Modifius, not only for reblogging and retweeting, but big congratulations to them as well, because they just released the biggest update for the core and GM rules kit on PDF. So folks, if you have an electronic version of the core rulebook or the GM supplement, check your emails. Everybody should have received an email. All of the stuff has been updated. Our wonderful Stink Palm here made a massive errata log that's been posted up on the Google Documents and over on Reddit for a while, and it seems like they finally have a lot of that stuff fixed now. So yes, go get your updates. Check your emails, folks. Speaking of updates, we have a big update as well for our Fallout Asia supplement. Fallout Asia supplement is now on update number 4. Update number 5 is coming in soon. I've started getting some feedback and responses from our community, and I've been adding in more and more stuff. And one of the next things that we will be adding in is a new section for recipes, because we need some recipes for some stuff that hasn't been put together yet. So that'll be coming very soon as well. Next big thing to mention. Oh, what's up?
Survival straw.
Survival straw. Next big thing to mention is that you can check out our all of our supplements and all of our work, including the Vehicles of Red and Tracy's wonderful medicine in the Time of Red. You can find that all over on cybernationuncensored.com. You can find me here for our Fallout Asia campaign on Fridays. We are going to be continuing with our Fallout Nomad campaign tomorrow on Saturdays, and then next week our Fallout 2D20 Pacific Northwest stream has been delayed by a week, and we will be on shortly after the Nomad campaign. So yeah, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Glad that you folks are here. We are going to be starting off with our journal entry from Gianyu. So Gianyu, go ahead and take it away. I'm going to put up our player name plaques on here. Sorry, character name plaques. There we go. Take it away.
Journal of Dr. He Jianyu, Thursday, October 24th, 2110, day 1970. As we approached the Del Rago, I could see a missile lodged in the hotel several stories off the ground. Then an ash storm swept in, blocking out the sun. Luckily, the Del Rago had an intact fusion core and working lighting. The black ick clearly was here. We found the stairwell door bent from the bottom, and there was black residue left behind. This thing does not think like us. It forced its way through when the door is unlocked from that side. Fire code requires doors entering a stairwell to be unlocked. Minsky and I got a good look at the missile and learned a lot. First, it was clearly a military weapon that had been repurposed to transport the Black Ick in cryostasis. Now we have one way to fight it, with cold. Second, the missile came from the Lingdao Jun. Sean informed us that Lingdao Jun operates from within the Chinese Communist Party. I'm familiar with Russian communism, but when did China become communist? Third, the missile had "Eat our rocket, haha, you dead," scrawled across it in childish, simplistic characters. These people are idiots. But nobody else seemed to see a problem with the script. What did I miss? Armed with the newfound information, we decided to head for home as soon as the weather permitted. Sean thinks that he can trade the extra fusion core for some manpower. Unfortunately, removing the fusion core was not simple. I learned from Val that certain fusion generators require a specialized process to remove the fusion core, which takes longer, and the fusion core just kind of falls out of the generator. Very strange. Once the weather cleared, Sean split from the rest of us to acquire some backup, while the rest of us are heading back directly back home. I really hope that there is a home to go back to.
Right. So with that, I'm starting up our wonderful Sirenscape, an amazing sponsor for Cybernation Uncensored. We have our group here. They just spent, we just spent the night. Sean has separated and started going to go find backup. And as he has done so, the rest of our group here has stopped off in order to go get some sleep. It was pretty late in the evening, and they stopped off over here at this previous cargo containers, and they locked themselves in to make sure that they were safe and sound. We had Minsky standing guard for the night, since Minsky does not need to sleep. So Minsky, what I'd like you to do for me is please roll a perception survival check while you are standing on duty for the night. Do you hear anything? Do you see anything? Do you detect anything? Our DV is a 2.
Well, that is a big old no.
All right. So no, you don't detect or hear or really notice much to anything. You are looking out, I guess, a little bit too intently for the squirrel that had been left behind, and pretty much keeping your eyes only on the ground. Nothing really passes your vision throughout the night. So you get a 12 and a 17. Yeah, no. So the night passes, and luckily the night is uneventful. The next morning, dawn raises, and let's find out what is our weather. So let me pull that up real quick. Is the next morning as the next bout of weather rolls on in. Oh boy, that's fun. So as a lot of you are waking up, it seems as if you don't see the sun rising. There is no light to greet you in the morning. Instead, it seems to be another day of this incredibly thick and heavy ashfall from the sky. Now again, what an ashfall does is that it is going to impact all outside perception checks, ranged attacks, and survival tests with a difficulty of a +2. So let's drop that in. Perception, agility, sorry, perception, ranged, and survival. Okay. So, The day's temperature does not seem to be too bad, maybe a little bit on the chilly side. There is heavy ashfall falling from the sky. The sky itself is pitch black. It looks as if it is still midnight out when it should be roughly 8 a.m. And our date today is now October 25th, Friday. It is 8 a.m. What are you guys doing?
Quick question.
Quick answer.
Val, you still had parasites, right?
Yeah, I have to make a thingy.
Yep, endurance,
did you
survival.
Did you want to
I did.
drink my glowing you cold ultra the night before, which
I
would give
did.
you a reroll?
I did want to do that, yes.
Okay, then I will take that off my guy.
Alright, so for the glowing Yakult Ultra, let's go into our equipment and foods on here. For the glowing Yakult Ultra, go ahead and roll me, Capricious, 2 combat dice. Alright, it looks as if you are going to be dealing with another disease coming on in. So go ahead, roll me 1d20. Sorry, 2d10. My bad. Blah. And let me pull up our updated core rulebook. 1 second. Pull up core rulebook. Rulebook. There we go. Awesome. Disease. For some reason, my Sirenscape has stopped. Do you guys hear that music? No, get back here, music. I liked our flow for that. Give me 1 second. Oh, I forgot to save. That's why. I forgot to save for the mood. Alright, there we go. Diseases. Alright, so you roll your 2d10. And let's see, what was your result on your 2d10?
6, 7, and a 9. Did you mean a D100?
No, 2d10, what was the final number? 16.
Yeah.
Okay. Pull this up. Oh my gosh, where is my disease table?
Would I get disease from blowing you called Ultra? Or would I just get radiation?
So for this, if you hit the combat dice, this is our home rules for this. If you hit the combat dice, if you get 1 damage, then it's 1 damage radiation. If you get 2 damage, it's 2 damage radiation. And if you get the Pip-Boy head, then it is disease.
Yikes.
Yes. Well, this is right after everything went to shit. This is still living in a world where there's no modern medical equipment anymore. Diseases are still rampant and common. People don't really have much that they can do to avoid them other than, well, limited knowledge about how to cook or how to deal with this stuff. But so you got 16. That is hilarious and disgusting. You have snot ear.
What the hell does that mean?
So, snot ear is pretty much a sinus infection. Your perception tests suffer a difficulty of a +1, and it has a duration of 1. So, snot ear, which is pretty much kind of what I have this morning because of our rain outside, you've got perception
You just have
difficulty
like a little
+1.
cold? Is that
Pretty
what
much,
it is?
yeah.
You just have like a little, you're just a little sniffy?
Yeah, it's better than swamp gas. Swamp gas
better
makes you
than-
farting like crazy, so your charisma difficulties increase.
Oh no.
It's also better than belly worms, which I already have.
Yes. There is one on here called the Whoopsies, and I personally think that they missed a massive, massive possibility here. The whoopsies are described as must spend twice as many luck points to gain an effect. It should have been you shit yourself at random points.
Yeah.
That's what it should have been.
You can just
In my opinion.
home
That's
rule
'cause
that
it's a
in.
whoopsie.
You can do
I mean,
both
look,
ways.
we've all been at the bar and done a whoopsie.
I mean,
Say
maybe you
haven't, you're a
have.
liar.
I've never
I actually have never.
pooped my pants
I've-
at a bar before. I've only been to
never-
one bar.
What?
I've only been to one bar. Two.
You should.
Two.
We'll get you onto a third at some point.
No, I don't like bars. Not my style.
I completely understand.
All right, so yes, welcome in, Rob. Hi. We have a couple of other folks in our chat right now as well with Shinobi. Don't forget, folks, you can always drop in the -2s. Stormwolf says the whoopsie poopsie happens when you spend all of your luck points. Oh my god, I love that. Yes.
That's funny. Yeah, I like that.
I'm pretty
That's
sure
funny.
you can spend a luck point to avoid a whoopsie poopsie. At least
Yeah,
one.
but
of
you
them,
can
you know.
spend double the luck points
Double
to
the
avoid the
luck
whoopsie
points.
poopsie.
Yep.
You
Yeah,
think
well, one
that?
for the whoopsie, one for the poopsie.
Yes.
One for the
You
whoopsie,
think
one
that?
for the poopsie, exactly.
Yeah.
You think that, but when the whoopsie poopsies happen, it doesn't matter how much luck you spend. All that might do is delay the amount of time, but either way, you still aren't getting to the bathroom in time.
It's
There's
how
a
far
reason-
you get away from people.
Yes, there's a reason. There's a joke book called 40 Yards to the Outhouse by Will He Make It? The answer is he will not.
By Willie Make It. I like it.
Cap, what do I get? What do I do overnight to roll to get rid of these parasites?
So what happens is over the course of the night, you're going to be rolling an endurance survival test with a difficulty equal to the number of events that have occurred. And at this point right now, let's see. So have you suffered damage from any claws or bites?
No.
Did you drink some form of dirty water or eat uncooked meat or uncooked food?
The dirty water is your call because it's the Ucult Ultra.
Yes.
Oh wait, no, I drank the glowing carton of water.
Yep, that's our 2. So your DV is going to be a 2. So
Okay.
you get an endurance survival roll. DV is a 2, but the glowing Ucult Ultra, the impact that has is it allows you to re-roll an endurance survival test to reduce the current disease durations.
Okay.
Literally
And could
shit
I-
out of luck.
Provide some medical attention to him.
Were you were staying on watch overnight, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's really like it's a Constitution saving throw. You gotta just tough it out, man. Listen, it's gonna be fine. I'm calling my shot. I'm gonna roll 2 dice. I just upgraded my endurance and my survival. I'm gonna get both of these. You guys ready?
You can also buy some AP from your wonderfully
too.
wonderfully loving overseer.
I thought about that too, but well, if it lasts till tomorrow, I might do that. But I'm calling my shot.
You
Okay.
can also get a -2 from chat.
Did we
I'm
get
also
one
gonna
yet?
get a -2 from chat.
Okay. Yep, we got 1 -2 from Stink Palm. Oh shit! Thank you very much, Wolf. Oh wow, with Twitch Prime. Shit, nice. Thank you very much, man. Appreciate it. All right, so we have a 16 and a 17.
But I get to
So
reroll it.
yeah, that does not match the goal. So with the Occult Ultra, the big plus about this is you get to re-roll that test. So go ahead. Your -2 does not apply to your second time around, though. And don't forget, you can buy some AP from your overseer. Oh shit! All right, 2 successes. There we go. 7 and a 4. So that means that your disease for your gutworms, the duration has now gone down 1. What was the original duration?
I was at duration 1.
Okay, I believe, yeah, you should be good. Hold on 1 second. Stomach worms, parasites. Yep. Okay. Yeah. So you have over the course of the night, you kind of wake up in the middle of the night. You kind of go to the. You could go outside. Or you could go to the back corner. It's your call.
I whoopsie poopsie, and get rid of those parasites.
Well, are you going outside or are you going to go inside of the storage container that you're sleeping in?
No, I mean I have to go back to sleep, so I would go out and go around the corner.
Okay. So yeah, Minsky, you see Val get out of the storage container probably around like 2 a.m., kind of round the corner with the little poop waddle. Shh. And this is where our wonderful Grimdark comes in. Is that if you remember the number of worms that you had?
87.
Yeah, you had 87 worms, and so you pop a squat, and over the course of the next several minutes, you're just passing worm after worm after worm that seem to be just kind of plopping out of you onto the ground. Mixed together with this Yakult Ultra, which seems to have killed many of them and caused a backup, and whoosh, you flush it all out.
Hey, that's life in the wasteland, baby.
That is life in the wasteland, baby. Now, the problem is, as everybody in our audience gags desperately. You go out. It's the middle of the night. It's a little cold. You seem to be popping a squat, and you're breathing in this cold night air and breathing in some of this ash. It seems as if you start to get some snot ear as well, kind of fucking up your senses, and so you have right now the ability to roll for that one as well. So please go ahead and roll me another endurance survival check.
This is way less serious than butt parasites, so I'm not really worried about it. Yeah, dude. Yeah, baby.
Right, yeah, it's just a DV1, and you pass it, and you even generate an AP. So you're able to snot rocket your way out, literally just on top of the pile of worms. Those worms are now very much so.
I love that I generated an AP by taking a really good shit.
Yes.
I think I've done that before. You know?
Yeah.
You're like, that was good.
That'll change your whole day.
Give me 1 second. I'm actually going to reset our Sirenscape server because it keeps dropping our sound sets for some reason.
Also, I don't hear anything. I think maybe you have to add me again, because I have to keep switching back and forth for my games, and I might have to just make another account.
You're not on here?
No, I don't think so. I requested to join your game.
Oh, John Ryder.
I'm not John Ryder.
No, that's John. Stink Palm.
Yeah, that would be John.
That's very odd. Okay,
Because I keep when I use Sirenscape for my D&D campaign,
yeah.
it makes me leave your game so that I can know that what I'm doing.
The link is in our Discord, so jump over onto our Discord and look that up. Should be in our... Let's see, which one? Is it in extra materials?
Oh, I actually think it's in the Cybernation Discord.
Oh, yeah, it's in... So, yeah, it's in that Discord, sorry.
Here we go.
Alright, you're all good?
Yep. There we go.
Let me reset our sound set, and you should have everybody coming up all good. Our latency is now down to milliseconds. Woo! Okay, good. Cool. Okay, sorry about the technical issues, folks. We've got this all set up now, and again, big shout out to Wolf and over to Stormwolf, both of you. Thank you very much for the subs. We've got our wonderful Val now exuding all of the confidence now that he has exuded all of his issues. You are all set. Your disease duration you can remove, so you are all good. You also generated an AP, and then you waddle your way back off onto bed and pass the hell out until morning rises. So you're feeling good?
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah. Now, it's 8 o'clock. A couple hours have passed, you wake back up, everybody starts to slowly wake on up. It is pitch black outside. And Minsky, go ahead and roll me another perception test really quick. Perception, survival. All right, one success. Good, that's what you needed. So you finally realize that the reason that your sensors have not really lightened up at all is the fact that it's pitch black outside, and you actually had this ash and dust kind of going over you. It started coating onto you, and you can choose to just kind of shake it off if you want, but you are covered in this ash because you stayed outside.
Yeah, Minsky does a little pirouette and flicks the ash off.
With your cane and hat, all the ash and dust flies off of you. Yeah, it's in the morning. What are you folks doing? What is it that you guys are doing?
Eating.
All right. So go ahead and take care of your food, whatever it is that you are eating. Make sure to remove from your inventory. One piece of food will increase 1 thirst. Same. Purified water is 2 thirst. And don't forget, you can always pee inside a Bensky now.
Untrue.
We did not install that yet.
I thought, John, you did.
Not
We
yet.
installed the actuated frame, I thought.
I thought I did both of them.
Yeah, you did both.
Oh, okay. Right.
Yeah. Yep.
So, I don't have a lot of.
Still, please don't pee in me.
Yeah, I mean, we respect consent. Yeah.
Polite request.
I don't have a lot to drink except for 2 glowing dirty water. If I put those in Minsky's boiler, would I get 1 normal dirty water?
Yeah, so this is a question that you asked me off a stream, and I did think about this. It'll be the same conversion rate, so 2 glowing dirty water to 1 dirty water, and then 2 dirty water to 1 purified.
All right. Then I'm going to request that Minsky give the boiler a test run with some glowing water.
Fill me up.
Zip.
Wow, that's really got some color to it.
I hated that as it left my mouth.
Oh, wait, folks, drink! Sex jokes. Gotta love it. Alright, so, he fills you on up. Oh my god, vampire bites something pointless and random. Jianyu, as you're filling Minsky up, you can hear the integrated boiler. It's brand new, freshly installed. It kind of gurgles and goes, and then it seems to like fart back at you. It sounds kind of like Jianyu to Jianyu. It sounds kind of like you're a drain that you're overloading, and it goes as it gets sucked down into Minsky for the very first time. And Minsky, this new integrated boiler, off on the front of your robot frame, you have this little small pipe that just goes dink, that sticks out, And a small little light above it goes from red over a course of a couple of moments to ding, it goes on green. And you are ready to dispense the dirty water.
You got a bottle?
Yeah, I'm gonna use the same. Well, I'm gonna pretty much use what I had the glowing water in because it's what I have.
Okay, well, this is kind of new to me, but I guess just stick it under my nozzle?
All right. We'll open the valve.
No, please, I got that.
I mean, come on. I put it in there.
Ladies and gentlemen, please, my hope is that nobody here has any Irish coffee because you will be dead by the end of the stream. Gotta keep it un-Irished. Alright, so yeah, you put your bottle, you put your receptacle underneath his streaming nozzle, and the green light starts to flash as the stream of boiled water comes out. It is still dirty, but it is no longer glowing.
And that's what I'm going to have for breakfast, along with some. Actually, can I make a soup out of brain fungus? We don't have a cooking station, do we?
We can make one though. Right?
Yeah, we could. I'll eat some Blammo mac and cheese and have some dirty water.
Okay. Sounds good. And this is something that since our system is the one that has this. Oh my gosh, the music keeps stopping.
I hear the background noise. There's no music to it, but I hear the wind blowing.
Yeah, the background noise keeps stopping. Mood element starts with mood.
I hear the music.
I
You
hear the
just
music
started
now.
it, yeah. Element,
Okay.
music, shuffle, repeat when playlist exhausted. First, count delay, playlist. What? Because it should be under my mood. Save the current state. And it should keep going. Rob, is there something that I don't understand? If you're still there in chat, am I missing out on something? Why does the music keep stopping? I'm gonna save. Hopefully that'll save it. Save current state. There we go. Leave that be. Let me know if the music stops. So yeah, you have your Blamco mac and cheese, you have your dirty water, and as I mentioned before, with the glowing dirty water, this was actually put into our supplement to help out those of you who are playing as ghouls. If you have glowing dirty water, it has double radiation damage. It only heals 1 HP, so it's not designed for HP healing, it's there for radiation healing. And what happens for this, in the instance of Minsky purifying the water, with the integrated broiler, you have now some radioactive substances that are inside of your system. So what I need Minsky to do is please roll me 1 combat dice. All right. So that is 1. As you pour this stuff out, you have inside of your own internal inventory. You see this new display pop up on the inside, and it says +1 gamma round.
All right.
So you were able to store the radioactive material into a gamma round.
Interesting.
Because it's highly radioactive water.
Do I need to roll a combat dice for drinking that water?
You know you do.
I know. Still gonna say it. Ah, shit.
Oh my lord, alright, roll me 2d10, please. I'm just gonna keep the disease table up. Page 193, folks. Alright, what'd you get for 2d10? Let's see.
I always...
Oh. Eight. Heat flashes. All right, so your dirty water is starting to give you heat flashes. It is a duration of 3, and each of your endurance tests are going to be +1 difficulty. Yeah.
Great.
So you get to deal with what I deal with every day. Hot flashes. Random day sweats. Woo.
I misunderstood that at first, and I thought you said hate slashes, and I thought you were referencing how he used a backslash instead of a forward slash for the roll, and I got that, and then when you're like, oh yeah, so this is what you're experiencing. Oh.
Heat flashes. Not hate slashes. Alright, the rest of y'all, what you doing?
Can I
Camacho?
eat a hot pot?
Oh, sorry, Val, what was that? Hot pot?
Can I eat a hot pot veg dry?
Oh, that's gonna be fucking disgusting. That's like the opposite
Yeah.
of a hot pot. Do you have any water on you at all, or no?
No.
Not even dirty water?
Nope.
Do you have any liquids with you at all?
Just my pee.
All right. I was gonna say, if you put any of those liquids into Minsky, it would be the integrated boiler mod, and so he would release it, and it would cook the hot pot. You'd be able to use the hot pot. So if you had water or even like tea or coffee, it would taste like shit, but you could do it. But yeah, you could totally eat it dry. That sounds
I don't think
absolutely
I actually would do
horrible, but you could do it. Let's pull this up. So hot pot, vegetable. Since it's dry, I'm going to give you half. So it's going to be 3 HP heal, no radiation.
that. No, I don't think I'm going to do that. I'm actually already at full health. I'm just going to be hungry.
Okay.
And I'll find water later.
Okay. All right.
I'm peckish and I'm thirsty.
Yeah. Yum. You can always just put your mouth on Minsky's nozzle.
This is a fun show.
This is. Camacho, what are you doing this morning?
So when I get up, I'm gonna be having my Salisbury steak, 1 mutt fruit, mutt fruit,
What kind of fruit?
fruit. 1 instant one instant tea from the instant tea can that I got, and an instant black tea.
Wow, you're just loading up on all this
Yeah.
stuff. Are you eating and drinking this banquet of food in front of Val?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right. So
Well, I would actually offer Val if he doesn't have anything to drink. I'll offer him one of the teas.
That would be lovely, thank you.
Okay, so I hand him over the black tea.
okay. For the instant tea that you are drinking, that's going to be 1 combat dice. What else were you consuming?
Oh, I handed one to Val, so it was only one liquid.
Okay.
So it was that was the can of instant tea.
Okay. So what are you consuming then?
Salisbury steak and 1 mutt fruit.
second. I'm going to pull that up real quick. I apparently can't spell Salisbury, so I'm just going to type in steak. There we go. Salisbury steaks and a mutt fruit. Alright. Let's find this. There we go. Alright, Salisbury steak. That is 1 combat dice and 1 mutt fruit. That is 1 combat dice. So 2 combat dice, please. Lucky, lucky! No radiation and no diseases. You consume your
Yay.
delicious food, feeling absolutely satiated, hunger-wise. Yeah, you're feeling good. You're enjoying it. Now, Val, you were given that tea. Do you want to use that tea, put it through Minsky, and heat up the hot pot?
Oh,
Because that would fulfill
Yes.
your hunger and your thirst.
yes, I do want to do that.
All
I'm
right.
gonna have a weird tasting hot pot.
Some hot pots are actually made with tea, black tea. Have you ever had a tea egg before? It's like one of the most delicious things. You literally just, it's like making a hard-boiled egg, but you do it with tea instead, and it actually like infuses the flavor into it, and it is delicious.
No.
Really good.
I should do that.
But yeah, so
Is
you
that
can.
anything like?
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, is that anything like Japanese bathhouse egg?
I have no idea what that is.
I just learned about it recently. They have a way of, like they steam an egg or whatever, or they soft boil an egg in like bath water.
Why would
I don't
you?
get it. Is it a sex thing?
No.
Are you sure?
Sounds like a sex thing.
Are you
Yes.
sure? Yeah. Are you sure? Because
Yeah, I can find the link for it, and I can share it with you guys on our Discord.
Okay.
All right. Yeah,
I
shares
mean,
the
people,
more interesting
people
Japanese sex
already,
things.
people are already selling their bathwater online, so like,
Yeah.
why not condense it into egg form? I
Yeah.
think people are taking money for that.
Easier to ship.
Yeah, well, if it's hard boiled, maybe. Soft boiled, not so much. So what if it
Well, if
cracks
you
a
leave it
little?
long enough, it turns hard boiled.
Ah. Yeah. Alright.
Maybe leave it sitting on the windowsill.
Ew. Okay, we're gonna keep moving on, folks. My stomach is so displeased this morning. I just noticed again that our music has stopped, so I'm going to stop trying to force the music to play.
It's protesting.
It is protesting. You've got your hot pot and you've got the tea. You're putting the tea through the broiler and using that to fill up your hot pot. So yeah, that'll be your HP will be, you get 6 HP and you're going to have +1 radiation damage resistance until the end of the next scene.
I lean over and I say, "That's another one you owe me, gringo."
Yeah. And he just kind of like, yeah, whatever.
Do we get AP for the instant teas?
Since
Get that
he was
undertaken.
using his to cook with, no. But for whoever else is drinking the instant tea, that would be a yes.
Macho.
All right. So Camacho, yes, that's a +1 AP.
And do I have to roll anything for the instant tea? Or not, because we put it through Minsky?
You put it through Minsky.
Does Minsky get the +1?
Nope. Sorry. It's already broken like hell. Enjoy the brokenness as it is. But yeah, so
Well,
the instant
He
tea.
wasn't exactly.
Hmm?
He wasn't exactly consuming it anyway. So.
Yeah.
I have no stomach.
Oh wait, no, yeah, yeah, Val, roll 1 combat dice because it would require 2 instant tea to purify it, to fully boil it and purify it. So yeah, you're just heating it up at this point. So roll 1 combat dice, please.
You're batting 1,000.
2 radiation damage.
Fuck, that's a lot.
Well, now you're not at full HP anymore.
So I technically am at full HP. It's just that my maximum has.
There we go.
That's
Yes, good
strange.
point. Good point. This is a fun game. You're a valuable
you.
member of
What
this
a
team.
time!
Promise.
I gotta get my book.
As he walks away. Fuck this. Oh, okay. Just grabbing his book.
I gotta get my book.
Okay, I thought you were just walking away. I was like, shit.
Yeah, I quit.
All right.
Yes.
done.
The student life.
So we have Minsky. You shake off this dust. People are starting to pour their water and their tea through you. You're heating this stuff up. You're able to get that gamma round. We've got Val finally getting in some food and the tea with the hot pot. And you guys hear another one of the doors open. You don't remember Sean coming to the camp with you, but coming out of this other cargo door, you see this kind of strange, mysterious man just kind of yawns, stretching and waking up. And he seems to be greeting all of you, not in Mandarin Chinese, but in English. And this is where Murphy comes in. So Murphy, you're waking up in the morning. You're seeing a lot of them pouring this stuff through, and you see them eating their food. You open up the cargo door, stretch in. It's morning.
Hi? Who are you? Where am I?
Minsky like immediately turns saw blade whirring, laser emitter pointing.
Did I do something?
Oh, sorry, just old habits. And they power down, and he sort of shakes a little bit as the last little drop of tea comes out.
Val catches it in his hot pot.
And the little
Listen,
nozzle.
I don't know what sort of mechano games you guys are into, but
Who the hell are you?
Right, thank you.
that is a great question. I'm still trying to figure that out. I'm pretty sure my name is Minsky. Sorry, Murphy. And where am I?
Oh, buddy, I got bad news for you. Well, you are in the middle of an irradiated wasteland.
Oh, I know
Surrounded-
that, but
Oh, all right, cool, good, all right.
Yeah,
we got
no,
the
yeah.
basics done.
but this doesn't look like Nevada.
Well, that's because
and-
it's not Nevada.
Yeah, and Val kind of like, he's like, wait, hold, wait, you've been in Nevada?
That's where I was where my last memory was.
What's it like?
What's what like?
Nevada.
This, but different plant.
All right, thank you.
You better start making some sense because you're not. You're a long way from home, Dorothy.
Okay. Where am I?
Oh, no, Camacho said his name was Murphy, not Dorothy.
Yeah. Murphy.
I was being funny.
That's just a little joke we do. You might want to say more things before she shoots you.
Look, I don't know what to say. Where the hell am I?
Won't be shooting him.
Are
I'm
you
gonna
the ones that
kick you
took me
out.
from wherever I was? Am I in California?
No, you're in
This is-
Taiwan.
What?
Taiwan. You're in Taiwan.
Go ahead and roll me really quick, Murphy. Go ahead and roll me intelligence. Social sciences is a science, so intelligence science, please.
Okay, that I have a little bit of.
Hey, Minsky. Minsky. What the hell is he saying? I don't speak English.
So Murphy, you have no idea what the fuck a Taiwan is. No formalized like education in a school. You never would have learned about the history lessons. It might be just another city in southern U.S. to you, or possibly like maybe south of Mexico, because look at all the trees. By the way, lots of trees all around you. Not something that you're experiencing much in the middle of the Nevada desert.
So, Taiwan is that where you speak Spanish? Like
Playing
south
stupid.
of here?
Are you just playing stupid, trying to find
No.
an angle to rob us?
Yeah, right. Nobody's this dumb, right? Like this isn't. Are we? But Taiwan, it's next to China, sort of.
Okay, that
Let's,
Go ahead and
let's put
roll
it on a bigger scale.
Intelligence
You're in
science.
Asia.
Go ahead and roll, yeah, intelligence science. Do you know what any of these places are? Zero
Now,
formalized
Camacho,
education.
What the hell is he saying?
There's a chance you may never have even seen a map before. Okay, you know what
good.
China is. You know what Asia is. But you have
Okay,
no
I
idea what the
know
fuck
where-
Taiwan is.
I know what China is. I mean, that's this weird place across the ocean that nobody's been to in I don't know how long, before the war. Was Taiwan like a city state that they set up on the coast of California to like welcome travelers who? What the hell?
Minsky, examine him. Make sure that he wasn't dropped on his head.
And Val turns to Jianyu and says in Mandarin, "This guy is from America." Anybody goes like this.
America.
Right, I'm in America,
Oh, you
aren't
don't.
I?
Oh wait. Oh yeah. Okay. Oh yeah.
and I answer in Mandarin.
Oh, good. Okay.
Oh, that's better.
What's better?
No. Mandarin.
What's Mandarin?
What? Oh boy.
Oh.
The
You don't... Oh, we
language
have another
you're
Minsky
speaking?
syndrome.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
Alright.
Um,
Well, regardless, I can understand you.
Oh, I guess I
think
see
he's
what it
playing
must
us.
have been like to deal with me now.
Right.
There's no metal in me. As for the last I remember, there's no metal in me, so I'm not really like you. And as he's saying this, every like third word is in English. Every other word is in Mandarin.
Playing with us. Now I want to chop him off at the knees.
Right. Where's the rest of them? Where are they? Come on. And I think Val like takes his rifle out and he starts like looking around for like, oh, we're clearly being distracted by nonsense. And
Look,
in
no.
some second, something bad is gonna happen.
In all seriousness, I just woke up. The last I remember, I was going to sleep in Nevada, and it was insert date that's a year ago.
So yeah, it was at that point in time. It was October 2099. You were hoping and getting ready for the New Year's with whomever it is that you were living with at that time, because you wanted to turn into. Oh wait, sorry. 2109. Sorry, 2109. 1 year ago. That's 10 years, my bad. It's 2109.
So
October 20.
I don't know how the hell I got to this Taiwan place. If you're telling me this is over by China, I don't know what the fuck happened. I'm not here. I don't know who brought me here. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if there's anybody else around here. If you need help defending, I'll be more than happy to. Please don't kill me. I don't know what I'm doing. Who the fuck are you guys?
I'm Dr. He Jianyu. This is my associate, Minsky. This is Val. And then we have Camacho back there who might chop your head off.
Cool.
All
I
right,
believe
so
she
chop my
mentioned
head
the
off.
knees.
the knees.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so Murphy
That's for
dropped in
starters.
a charisma speech check. 2 fails on here, a 14 and a 15. There are some -2s in chat. Would you like to use the -2s from chat?
Yes.
All right, so this one comes in from Stink Palm. And then so that's one success. And this is a check on all of you. So the other four of you, please roll me charisma speech.
And oh, there's no complications. Okay.
Yes, this is a opposing test. So Val, you believe him wholeheartedly. He seems completely legit. Jianyu, you believe him. He seems completely legit. Camacho, you think he's bullshitting, and Minsky, you're not 100% sure. But
Come
Val
on.
and Jianyu, both of you totally believe what he's saying. He seems to be completely genuine.
So it's not on my character sheet, but I am I'm smooth talker. When I make a barter or speech test as part of an opposed test, I may re-roll 1d20.
Okay, so you can re-roll that second 20, not the 14, it'll be the 15. So go ahead and roll 1d20 speech charisma.
Okay, let me.
So when it asks number of dice, just click on there and it'll give you a drop-down menu and you can select one.
Yes, I see that. Let's charisma,
And speech.
speech, and if I'm able, if there's any other +2s, I'd like to add that, or -2s, I'd like to add that to this as well.
Yep, got one
Please use
right
your 1
here.
+2.
From Shinobi.
That is a tag skill. Okay.
Alright, so
-2
13
good.
-2, that brings you down to an 11. That's a success.
Yes.
So that is 2 successes. This means that Minsky, Jianyu, and Val, the 3 of you completely believe him. He seems to be completely legitimate, has no idea what the fuck's happening. Camacho, you're 50-50 on it. He might be lying, he might be telling the truth, you're not 100% sure, but he seems to be genuine.
Are you working with anyone to try to rob us? You came out of
No.
nowhere.
No, I don't know who the fuck you are. I came out of nowhere myself. I don't remember being put into whatever fucking container this is.
Come on, Gringo. No one just drops out of nowhere. You expect us to believe you?
I've
It
heard
does
murder shit.
happen sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, right? You know, that's how we met Dr. John Yoon. So like,
Look,
Well, he
It
says he's a
might
time
come from
traveler.
nowhere.
tell you
He's-
what. Hold on. I apparently they let me come. They left me with some stuff as a peace offering. I have a sweet roll.
oh, right, okay. His story checks out. He's good. He's good. All right.
I'm
What do you mean his story checks out with
He's got
a...
a sweet. Well, what am I gonna do? Say no to the man? No, this is great.
number one. I have a sweet roll, and number two, I'm offering it without expecting a trade, except for my life.
Yeah, no, that sounds good. He's all right. You're good. You're all right. That sounds great.
Yeah, he's definitely
Val
on the
takes this-
losing end of that trade.
Yeah, Val takes the sweet
doesn't
roll,
look like his nice
puts it in his pocket.
Oh, I believe
You are
you. But
only a cheap
Val,
date.
we need to have a serious conversation about your convictions.
No, listen. Come on. No, we're all right. It's fine.
We
Listen, we
good?
don't gotta do. We're good.
Where did you come from? Where did you...
Vegas.
No, I mean... You walked out of somewhere. Where was it?
Right here.
Yeah, he came from one of the cargo containers. As you may recall.
I'm gonna go in and inspect. Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
yeah,
gonna go in inside and inspect.
Yeah, this is one of the cargo containers that you guys had checked just the other night when you came through this area. There was nobody staying there. They were empty.
Exactly.
So yeah, go ahead. You're going to go in. Go ahead and give me a perception survival check. What convictions? Val has never been arrested. Facts. And just a heads up, Violet Neon, metagaming information for you. Survival is super ridiculously important in Fallout. As you'll notice, a shitload of our tests that we do are survival based. So it's just something to keep in mind. And Camacho, you had a DB3 and you matched the DB3. Congratulations on that.
Survival's a tag.
Yes.
So I earned an AP.
Oh, he meant for hits, but yes,
Oh,
you also earned that
okay,
AP because you got the crit success. So you walk in and the container itself, like as you're looking around, it looks just like it did the previous day. This is the one that you had checked out. There was nobody living in here. There was nothing in here. But you look around, and as you look around, it looks as if this this space has been kind of like scorched a little bit. It looks like maybe there had been a slight fire inside, and then you start to look up.
I'm tossing the entire place like a freaking prison guard.
Yeah, you're tossing this place, you're realizing this place all looks a little singed, a little scorched, and that's when you start looking up, and that's where we're going to take our bio break. So, folks, we will
Before
be
you
back
shut us off,
in a
I have
couple of
something
minutes.
pointless and random.
Oh. Pointless and random? Animal!
Yes.
Oh, puppy! Oh, puppy spider!
Is it a saddle? What is that?
It's a spidered outfit.
Nice.
It's so cute.
It's in a saddle, you idiot.
It's for the gnomes! They shall ride into battle! Alright, folks, we're gonna take our bio break. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes. I'm going to leave our mics on if anybody wants to chat with any of our players or our newest addition to the team. And yeah, we'll be back in just a couple of minutes.
I didn't know you owned a warhound, Tracy.
What? Not with me.
A warhound, of course.
You just
When
need
kids
to.
dressed him up and sent him in.
You just need to strap a teddy bear on top of
Yes.
your dog.
That'd be awesome. You know, Val, I'm a little worried about this new guy. I mean, he seems to be honest, but
I'm not. He seems great.
yeah, you would, but
Yeah, he
you
seems.
know,
He's. I can't wait. I can't wait to ask him all the questions I got.
I, I think Minsky should give him a full psyche Val, because you know, I knew a guy back in the Great War. He went into
Mm-hmm.
combat one time, and then started speaking German and claiming he was a POW, and like it. Yeah, the doctor said that it was all in his head.
Right. And what year did this take place?
Oh, it was a while back.
Right. Which. Mm-hmm. Which specifically? Which Which year?
I mean, it's classified.
Right. Of course. That's right.
You know I can hear you.
Right. He and he like he turns to Murphy and he like drinks his thumb at Johnny. He's like, he thinks he's been around for a while.
Okay.
I have.
Uh-huh. So, maybe I'll be able to get some of my questions answered too.
Actually, I doubt it.
Not if you're relying on that one.
Yeah, shit is kind of weird over here.
I get that, but it's more, like, who are you guys?
Yeah, right. You keep saying that like we're gonna have an answer that isn't anything other than what you see right in front of you.
I'm Dr. Hojianyu.
Okay, so so that's your name. What about you, Mr. Sweet Roll?
Oh, that's it. You're gonna make me blush. My name's Val.
Okay.
I'm Val Jacobs.
And what do we call the robot servant that you were unceremoniously extracting liquids from?
That's
Minsky.
Minsky.
Oh, Minsky. Hi,
And I
Minsky.
am no one's servant.
Yeah, Minsky's our friend.
Okay,
But
I respect it. Just
you did surprise me a little with that tea.
Yeah, I was like, it didn't look like anything was being asked, like consent or anything was going on, so I didn't know.
Right. Maybe we do need to work on that.
Yeah, and
Yeah, that's a you problem, pal.
Yeah, and I'm sorry.
and the scary one with the knife?
That's Camacho. She's cool. She'll be all right. She's
Okay.
always. This is pretty normal.
Yeah, and she's pretty good at solving problems.
Yeah. You know how like life is generally terrifying?
Yeah.
Yeah. She's that.
That's Camacho.
She's right. So like crystallize that into a person, and that's Camacho.
Great.
Real good person to have
Yeah,
on
yeah,
your team.
yeah. That's like my friend Buddy back in Nevada. Buddy was your buddy if he was your buddy. He wasn't if he wasn't.
That kind of went for Sean too, who went off to do something else. Actually, I don't remember what he said.
He killed me.
Right, he did do that.
Just a
Even
little
then.
bit.
Right, yeah. To clarify, it was killed Minsky a little bit.
There's nothing but darkness beyond this life.
I mean, he was mostly dead.
Now, okay. I see where you say that, but between Las Vegas and now there was nothing but darkness, but this is after said darkness, and you said that there was nothing after the darkness that you were in, but you are here since after that darkness, therefore, there is in fact stuff after said darkness, is there not?
Well, I was repaired.
Irrelevant.
If I hadn't been repaired, there would be nothing but darkness.
But see, that's getting into semantics. The fact is,
Did you
that
die?
I don't know.
But did you die?
But did you die?
I don't know. I can say I assume not, as I am still here. Much the same that technically I don't know if I can believe that Minsky was a little dead since he is in fact still here. By the way, is he your pronoun? Robot. Minsky.
He or they. It
He or
matters
they?
not.
Okay. I'll work on that.
So what's Vegas like? Is it cool? I've seen,
No, it's hot.
Yeah.
It's really, really
It's
hot.
hot?
Oh yeah.
Oh. No, I meant like, is it cool? Like, is it like fun?
I mean, it used to be before the war. Right now, you kind of want to avoid the cannibals and the traders who deal in said meat products.
Oh. That
Yeah,
just sounds a lot like home.
Yeah, the what used to be the casinos. I mean, people still gamble, but not so much with caps or whatever that pre-war currency thing was. More so it's with body parts or weapons. And
Are Penn and Teller still headlining?
um,
I was lucky to see them once, way back when.
I did see like the scrap remains of a teller bot. Is that what you're talking about?
Wait, a what now?
A teller bot?
Does it do cool tricks?
I mean, it just kind of laid there in the scrapyard.
No, I mean teller bots.
What's a teller bot?
There was this dead robot in the scrapyard that had teller written on it.
Oh. Maybe it told stories? I don't know.
I don't either. I mean, we told stories about it. There were some weird attachments to it.
Define weird.
Um,
I'm sorry. Speaking
Or
of weird.
maybe not.
Speaking of weird, we kind of have this like whole thing going on. I remember that earlier you asked us who we were, and we said that we were basically nobody.
I respect your non-monogamous group if that's what you're into. I probably won't be participating, respectfully, but there's no judgment.
Oh,
Yeah, I have a
No.
wife.
what?
Yeah.
You should disclose that before you enter into one of these non-monogamous things that apparently you all seem into.
Minsky fucks.
I just missed something funny. Damn.
I was just commenting, like, well, Val was starting to explain how what they have going on is a little bit weird, and I was like, look, I will respect your non-monogamous relationship. I probably won't participate. I will go along with you guys, but not necessarily in that regards. And Jean, you like chimed in saying that he had a wife, and Val was surprised by that, and I was like, that's probably something you should disclose when you get into one of these non-monogamous relationship things.
Right. What I meant didn't have to do with anything like that.
Oh.
We're sort of hot on the trail and trying to also stay ahead of an unknown substance that can hurt you really bad and also reanimate your dead body after you die.
Have you seen a
So-
squirrel around here?
Yeah. But like only its front legs work.
Going to reiterate this and slowly. I just woke up.
Right. No. Right. So forget about the squirrel. Back to the. So what I'm trying to say is just be on the lookout for anything that looks like a moving black goo substance.
Or a
It will
squirrel.
kill you. Or a squirrel that is covered in black goo.
Or a cow.
Or anything covered in black goo. Or a little girl.
Or a little girl.
Yeah.
Or a little boy.
And
when you're
hopefully
found
not a
in.
cow.
Possibly also an adult. And possibly also an entire town full of people.
Can clarify, just to be clear, this is not having anything to do with any non-monogamous type of thing that you guys are into. This is something separate involving black goo and lots of people. That sound.
Not a sex thing, promise. I know you're from Vegas,
No,
which I'm
no,
just
no.
totally
It's a lot
excited
worse.
about, by the way. But
Not a
no,
sex
there
thing.
is no fun to be had around here right now.
Speaking
okay.
speaking of lack of fun, we had our Camacho smashing through this room as Camacho very bluntly put it, turning it over like a prison guard and checking this place out. And what Camacho notices throughout the entirety of the room is that everything seems to be a little scorched, a little blackened. Things seems to have been somewhat burned a little bit. not sure what was going on. You don't see any like leftover food wrappers. It doesn't seem like he had stayed in there overnight to eat. There's no evidence of him staying there very long term at all. And you all had just passed through this space just a day ago. And the puzzling part about this is that you start to very, very slowly look up. And as you look up, you see what looks to be a absolutely massive hole in the top of the cargo container. It looks as if the cargo container had been kind of crushed in from the outside, and the space inside the cargo container seems to be slightly scorched, and this is where he had walked out of.
Speaking of weird things, how did you get in this cargo container?
What
Speaking
about
in-
I just woke up?
Speaking in Mandarin. I'm
And
just
this
grilling him.
And this is going back and forth between English and Mandarin. What about I just woke up is not getting through that thick skull of yours that is wanting to threaten me with a knife, someone who has no idea where the hell he is? I don't know how I got in here. The last thing I remember was I was going to sleep in Vegas.
Okay, Gringo. You're making me mad. Do not raise your voice to me. I will cut your head off.
You will cut your head off.
Okay. I respect that. If you would kindly respect the fact and not make me repeat something 4 fucking times.
And
Please.
And this is not a knife. This is a machete.
I can see that.
That's not a knife. This is a knife. Can I even reach it?
You have to understand our position here. We camped
No,
out for the
I
night,
don't.
and you were not here.
I get that. But try to understand mine. The last thing I remember was going to sleep on the other side of the world. So forgive me for being a little bit more exasperated than this little group of people that are in or not in a monogamous relationship looking for some mysterious black goo that may or may not kill people and bring them back to life.
We're
Oh,
not.
no, it definitely does do that.
Yeah, no, it definitely does that.
And we
It does
also
both.
are definitely not in a... What is...
We're not a-
what?
There's no-
Non-monogamous...
You made that up. That was the thing you added to our.
I mean, he wasn't the one playing with nozzle extraction, so.
I didn't make anything up. Forgive me
It is a
for being a person
mechanical
who
and
walks into-
scientific process. There's nothing sexual about my mechanics.
Look,
See, look.
can we agree
Because
that during
upset-
intercourse,
because upset-
fluids are shared?
But
Yes.
we're not gonna.
So again,
we're not
you have a
objectifying the
robot sharing
You
your
guys are making it weird.
One of us is making it weird, and it's a new guy.
I just spilled coffee all over myself. Oh my god. Oh, oh good.
Dios mío. Dios
I
mío.
feel like Minsky,
wanna chop
maybe
his head.
you should take a look at the new guy and, talk to him a little bit. Maybe you can help find some answers, or at least shut him up a little bit.
Eyeballing him like I'm freaking sizing him up for a necktie.
So, Minsky, you totally can check him out with a intelligence medicine check. Let's see. I'll roll my d4. This is going to be a dv4.
That D4.
So, 3?
3, yeah, because with your medical.
I'm going to spend an AP.
Okay, we got
and,
3 AP.
Take a -2 from chat.
Okay. Hilariously, and I don't know if this is done on purpose or not, but almost all of our minuses and pluses are just pluses. We do have another -2 though from Shinobi, so we can take that from Shinobi, and we have 4 +2s. That's gonna be fun to use.
That was like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, fill that back up.
Alright,
Yeah,
so,
all three eye stalks rotate to face Murphy. He
yeah.
slowly drifts over and puts his claw up to his mouth.
Stop talking, stop talking.
I'm just gonna look you over. Stay calm. Just stay calm.
Where else has that been? Again, the type of group. Has that been sanitized before putting that on me?
No.
Don't talk. Don't talk.
Shh.
That's not making it any better.
Shush, sweet child. So
Please let me cut his tongue out. Please
Just
let
take
me
the
cut his
doctor
tongue out.
So you have a 12, a 15, a 7. Now the 15, you have the -2, which brings you down to 3 successes. You have the medical ability, so reduction of DVs by 1. You start checking him out. You start looking him over, and you're even able to seemingly scan him, and you can detect what seems to be an unknown electronic device that seems to be emitting some kind of signal from inside of him.
Big cavity search.
Now, how do you
Been
feel
probed.
about some light invasive surgery?
I would rather not.
Unfortunately, this surgery is not an elective. He doesn't. Val doesn't say that.
Well-
Nasty.
Murphy, Murphenstein.
Murphy.
Yeah, sure. You got something in you, bud.
I've got the scalpel right here.
And,
Yeah, no. She can stay the fuck away from me. If you are medically trained,
Did someone say a 22 blade?
where is it in me?
So, the origin of this seeming electronic pulse and whatever it is, like it seems to be some kind of it's releasing radio waves, but it seems to be coming from his lower abdomen area.
I mean, it might just pass on its own if it's.
If
Well,
is,
it's.
because if it's in my stomach, I could try to throw it up.
That could work.
I would much prefer that to you probing me with anything of yours that has probed other members of this group.
It has not.
Okay.
Don't. You're not listening to us now. And we would like to not repeat ourselves.
Respect. Okay, I appreciate. Thank you for that clarification.
Now,
You guys are not
if
in a
you're,
monogamous thing. You are not a sex robot. Okay.
Oh, I'm a nurse handybot.
You
And
would
there's no
recognize
quotations
that.
over that handy.
Yeah, you would recognize that from your own past.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I
Um,
apologize for making any sort of discomfort within your circuit boards about things that I have said. That was not my intent.
It's fine. You're new here. If you need assistance vomiting, I have a sneaking suspicion that if you just walk around that storage container over there, you should have no problem doing so.
Why? What's around that storage container? And I just start walking over there.
You can see sitting on the ground. Hold on one second. Let me pull up my my Sirenscape.
Okay, I thought you were gonna pull up a picture you found, and I did not want to look at it.
Plunk him over the head. No.
Pictures, you say, Logar?
No pictures.
No? Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right.
Yeah, probably not needed.
Yeah,
All right. So you pass around that corner, and you can hear it before anything else, and then you can smell it before you can see it. As you get closer and closer, What seems to be on the ground itself is a very, very large pile of 80 plus small worms that are commingling with each other.
Come from.
And you can choose to vomit. Would you like to vomit?
Yes.
All right. Go ahead and roll me a endurance survival check, please.
All right. Oh, and that is it. I can just click that one, and that is tagged.
Where is the little wings?
Woo!
Could be right nearby. Shifting stones, creaking beams, creaking floor. A gathering of scientists. That is a very specific. There we go.
I've got to know what that sounds like.
A gathering of scientists. We can play that later. There we go. So yeah, amongst the wind and the ashfall, the smell, the sound, the flies, you immediately walk over and you start vomiting. As you vomit, though, what seems to be coming out of you, it's not what looks to be like food. It looks to seem as if what you're throwing up is of this weird kind of like bluish greenish kind of viscous liquid that you're just vomiting up, not looking like anything that you have consumed within your recent memory.
Gross.
And it is now now on the ground next to this piling of wriggling worms.
Cool. And with those six, did I earn us an action point or anything?
Actually, yes.
Cool.
There you go. So yeah, there is now a absolutely horrendous pile of biologically compromised material behind that. Oh my god, that noise is making me so hungry right now.
Ew.
So,
Oh God.
I don't know
I
about
just
you.
want to point out that during this stream, we have produced an AP by taking a really good shit and then produced another AP by throwing up really good.
Yeah. Yeah, y'all have done great with them bodily functions.
now,
I do not know about you, Overseer.
was it only the liquid that came out?
Yeah, it seems to be just this liquefied, greenish, bluish, kind of teal color.
I walk back over. Scan me again. Ugh.
Alright, DV
okay.
is, it's gonna be the same. It's a 4, so with your medical expertise, it's a 3.
Yeah, I'll take a -2 from chat.
Do we have another -2 left up? From
Girl.
Dash, yes. Got one from Dash. Thank you, Dash.
Use the
And
AP too.
have you walked
I'll-
away from that pile?
Yes.
Okay.
I walked away and I walked. Can you scan me again? I walked back to him to ask that.
I will
And
turn
yeah,
off
please,
the,
please use the AP that I was able to bestow upon you by vomiting.
Yes.
Oh,
Spending a luck point.
Alright.
You took a -2.
You did
Yeah,
take a
use
-2,
that.
yeah.
Oh yeah. True,
So that's
true.
an 18.
Well, it was a DB3.
DV3, which puts it still in the critical range.
Oh, damn.
use
Yeah,
the luck
so
point, baby.
luck point it is.
Damn, look at that. A 1, a 20, and a 1.
Oh my lord. Yeah, so we got a 2, a 1, and now a 10. So that's 3 successes. That's 5 successes. So right now, you have your choice, because I totally forgot to mention what we brought up last time. What would you like to do with your crit successes? Do you want AP? Do you want positive? Do you want removal of something negative?
I wouldn't mind building up some AP.
Okay. So we'll give you our 2 AP. right, you guys are up to 5 now. You guys are doing well. All right, so yeah, you scan him, and that radio signal is still being released from him. It seems to be still in the lower abdomen.
So has Minsky like told us that there is a radio signal coming out of him?
I would have, yeah.
Okay.
Right. So how hard is it to build a radio?
Not that easy.
All right, I didn't think so.
Yeah.
But also, you know, Minsky doesn't have one. I guess not.
Nope. Somebody might have a radio in their inventory.
Well, I'm gathering that you didn't pass whatever's inside of you.
Okay. Given that you are a nurse handy, are you confident in your abilities to get this out of me without hurting me beyond the normal medical process? And would you have any way to help me heal after?
Well, I know some basic first aid, and, well, not basic, but, you know. I feel
I think they
fairly
put together a
confident.
guy who looked like a rag doll that went through a lawnmower.
Do what?
What?
I've seen him put together a guy that looked like a rag doll that went through a lawnmower.
Yeah.
Oh, right. We actually did do that. That did happen. Right. He fixed the shit out of that guy.
Now, on the other hand, I did try to extract a rod from a man's neck, and it just sucked in further.
But that wasn't your fault. We were all there for that. That was some weird black goo shit.
The lawnmower thing. Are you telling me the truth?
Yeah, he's damn good.
He was able. Okay, and oppose?
Yeah, dude was messed up.
Yeah, his insides were mostly outside.
I don't know if I
He's
believe
probably
him.
dead now, though.
Well, not because of you.
No, it's because they decided to stick their nose in some nonsense.
Yeah, someone
I don't
convinced
know
them.
if I believe you.
A certain somebody in the party convinced them to go do so. Murphy, you believe him? He's telling the truth.
Shit.
Okay. Okay. All right. I've only just met them, but I'm usually a pretty good judge of character, being able to tell when people are lying, and he seems to be telling the truth about this robot thing, and your guys' story is kind of telling the same thing, so, oh, you can operate.
Camacho, have you come back out of that storage facility, the storage container?
Yes,
Did
I
you
came back out.
let
That's
the
when
rest
I asked him, like, where the hell he came from.
Yeah, did you let the rest of
Like-
the crew know what you found?
No.
Okay. So, where would you like to operate? I mean, you're in the middle of an ashfall right now. It's pitch black outside.
I mean, we can go back into one of the storage containers.
Yeah. Yeah, let's do that.
I grabbed
I'd
him.
rather-
I grabbed him by the wrist and leaned him back into his where Murphy slept last night.
I would like to avoid being grabbed.
All right, that'll be unarmed agility. This is an opposed test, the same thing. Unarmed agility, please.
Okay.
Or for you, since you're doing it, unarmed strength. Opposed test. Alright, Murphy's got one success at 6. And Camacho... crit success.
Yep, that tracks.
Yep. She grabs you by the wrist and starts pushing you back in.
Okay.
No, I lead him in there, kind of
Okay.
like yanking him.
As she grabs my wrist and starts yanking, I draw my knife and I put it against her back, and I'm like, "This will go in if you don't let me go."
Do you really want to play that game?
I would rather not be grabbed without my consent, so yeah, I would play that game if you want to go there. I'm asking you, please don't. You're the one that grabbed without asking.
All right. In the room, I want to show these guys what I saw. What's in your room, and we can discuss cutting whatever's in your belly out.
And while that's going on, you will not be in the same room that's going on, because I don't trust you right now.
Okay.
Boy, are you gonna hate to hear that she is Minsky's assistant.
Yep, then she will not be assisting while that's going on.
That merely increases your chance of death.
So yeah,
I think my chance of death increases with her there.
I am just very, very distrustful of people that just show up in the middle of the night.
And I think at this point,
understand that.
Val has walked into the cargo container and is now looking up through the hole in the cargo
What the
container.
stuff?
And he's like, right, I don't think, hey man, did you fall out of the fucking sky?
how many times do I have to
Just
repeat myself?
woke up. Last I remember, Vegas.
Right.
Yeah, and you walks in there and starts looking up.
So you're supposed to be a time traveler or something?
No, that
You
don't-
teleported?
That one, yep. Yep.
Yeah, it doesn't seem right to time travel and pop a hole in the roof and scorch the room.
Definitely seems more teleporty.
Why don't you do your investigativeness thing over here, away from me and my abdomen?
Oh no,
Well,
I'm gonna be part
Minsky-
of the medical crew now since you won't let Camacho in.
You're more than you can be part of the medical crew. I am okay with
Alright.
that. And you
Sounds
said
good.
that he's a doctor. If he wants to be part of it, he can too.
I don't think he's that kind of doctor.
Here,
Oh.
Val.
Then
Yeah,
no.
no.
That lost his multi-tool in me once.
Yeah, don't do that again. It's worse for people.
Yes.
Yeah.
It-
Listen, that you
Multi-tools
don't want to
tend to
pass
break.
that one. Yeah.
Hey, might I suggest an operating room that doesn't have a hole in the ceiling raining ash down upon your open
Yeah, that
wound?
sounds right.
I
If it
prefer
doesn't
that
kill
too.
him, it'll make him stronger.
That's not true. I cannot believe that you of all people have not gathered that information yet.
Yeah.
Literally everything
So-
that doesn't kill you makes you egregiously weaker.
It's
Is
totally screwed you.
Hold on. I had 27 bottle caps in my legs for 3 days. I was not stronger.
But did you die?
No, and actually I came out of it a little bit richer. So all right, I'll shut up.
is there some place around here where we can do an operation without the ash?
Yep, there's the.
I mean, there
5
are
other
plenty of
cargo
storage containers
yeah.
without burning holes in the roof.
Okay.
Yeah, mine didn't have a
let's-
skylight.
Then let's go to one of those.
All right,
I
so
step outside and light. I step outside and light one of my cigarillos while they do this.
Oh man, you can't smoke in a hospital. I'm sorry.
I'm outside.
Right. No.
all right, yeah, designated smoking area. Yeah, so a lot of you head on over to a different cargo container, and yeah, Minsky, what are you going to do? What is your approach to this situation? You have detected some kind of radio signal coming from Murphy's lower abdomen, internally. What are you going to do?
Do you have any anesthetic?
I have a little bottle of antiseptic spray.
I think Sean walked away with the only liquor we had on hand.
He needed it more than we did.
Yes.
So the antiseptic spray will probably be good for cleaning your utensils, so you could both cut before and after. But you don't have anything to knock me out. Okay, hold on.
Well, I've got
And
this
I start
cane.
rummaging. This is alcohol, right?
Just hit him over the head. Gaoliang is 100% extremely
buddy,
strong
that'll,
alcohol. Yes.
That'll do the trick.
Okay.
You don't want that. Here. I'll trade you a bottle of rum for that. That stuff tastes like turpentine.
Smacks him over
Chip
the head
the
with a
eyes.
bottle.
No, and I'll take a swig and tuck it back away.
All right. Okay, so for the Gaoliang, hold on one second. Let me pull that up real quick. So for the Gaoliang, it increases your max HP by 1. Go ahead and roll 1 combat dice. So you have, because it is alcohol, it can't really have things living inside of it. You have 1 point of radiation.
Cool. Where do I mark? Oh, just okay, over there. Got it. Okay. 1 point of radiation, and so my hit points are basically the same right now until that
Yes.
wears off.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you are now tipsy.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, I think we'll be good now.
So Minsky, what do you want to do?
He's gonna have. Man, this is a bad idea.
This is an
He's gonna
idea.
have Murphy lay on the bed that I assume is in there,
Yep, there's a little cot in there.
and then have him lift his shirt at least above the abdomen,
Okay.
and the buzzsaw starts spinning.
Okay.
I don't know. It's invasive surgery.
Yeah, well,
I
that's why I'm
assume I would
asking
use
what your
that.
approach is. So,
Ah, man, I don't know anything about actual medical stuff.
Just slice him and dice him. It's fine.
Oh, do you have anything smaller than the spinning saw blade of like ginsuing me?
I mean, I've got a scalpel in my medical bag.
Let's use that, please.
It's no fun.
This isn't about fun.
all right.
This is about me staying alive and this radio thing coming out of me. And if you don't think you can do it, then we'll just wait
Oh,
until maybe
I
I
mean,
pass it. Because you said I might
I know
pass
I
it,
can
right?
do it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I
know can do
survive.
it. Probably.
What's
Can I
the
do it? Probably.
percentage? You're a robot. What's the percentage? The realistic percentage of me surviving this?
Depends on the TV.
Val leans in and goes, probably around 69%.
Nice.
All right.
We high five. We high five.
I'm gonna roll our DV. It is a DV2.
Pretty good.
Okay. Okay. Use the scalpel, please.
Sure thing, man. Sure.
As the
The
buzzsaw
buzzsaw
whirs back up.
It's still slowly spinning, but it's not raised up anymore.
Okay. Yeah,
And,
you start cutting in.
Right before he starts cutting in, he leans in real close and whispers, Vertrauen Sie meinen Freund nicht noch einmal, oder ich bringe Sie And then he cuts.
All right, roll.
I don't speak French.
So this will be your intelligence medicine.
We have plenty of action points.
Yeah,
We do,
please
yeah.
use-
I think I'll use a +2 from the chat.
A +2, got it.
No, I will use a -2 from the chat, and Do you want me to spend 1 or 2 or 3 action points?
You're a robot thing, so
That's a 2. We've got them.
Yeah.
Let's do 2.
yeah.
So it'll be 3 action
Well,
points
it's-
to get 2 dice.
Yeah.
Negative
Yeah,
plot
fuck it.
twist. I'm kidding.
Do not.
Plot
Yeah.
twist.
We'll just barricade.
do that.
Oh yeah, we
Well,
never
you did
used
that
that
now.
negative plot twist, did we?
No, we did.
Minsky's-
You trapped me in the net and uploaded a virus.
Yeah.
Oh right,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, you're right. Okay, sorry, my bad. I guess
Minsky accidentally cuts his nipple off.
I guess we need a fresh one then.
Oh,
So yeah, -2 and 3 AP.
Okay. All right, so the -2. This one is coming from Logar. So thank you, Logar. 3 APs, 2 6. All right. Yeah. So, are you using the scalpel or are you using the hacksaw? The saw blade.
It's a scalpel.
Okay. Very, very precisely, you start your surgical procedure, and as you are going through your surgical procedure, you can see as the abdomen opens up, there seems to be a kind of like blinking light source coming from inside of his intestines. And this is what seems to have been releasing that radio signal in the same time that the bursts were coming out of it. You very, very adeptly use the scalpel, and you open them up, and you're able to pull out this this very, very odd shaped cylinder about this large. It seems to be made out of some kind of metal that you're not exactly sure. Might be steel, might be titanium, but it has that flashing light. Little green flashing light on the tip of its shape. Again, this is what it looks like.
The shape as well.
Yes, and it's made out of metal with a flashing light on the tip of the.
real quick, I apologize. Again, first game, sorry. I have lead belly. Would I be able to reroll the radiation?
Oh, from before?
From me drinking the alcohol.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
Sorry, no, that would. I will be better about knowing my character. I promise.
No worries. No worries. It's all good.
It's just 1.
No
Hey!
radiation. There you go.
Cool.
But yeah, so you extract this thing, and it's pretty sizable metal tube. Again, exact shape like
How the
this.
fuck did that get into me?
With a flashing light at the very tip of it.
And was this just on the inside of him, or was it like in his digestive tract?
It was within his digestive tract at the tail end of the large intestine, prior to the reaching to the colon.
That doesn't look like that would be something that would fit out of me. So thank you for removing that before that stopped me up and caused other problems. Can you put me back together?
Minsky's just looking at this thing. It's like,
Were you visiting a
I think it-
Hermes spot?
Was I what?
it kind of looks like it's the perfect shape and design to come out of you.
The suppository.
Yeah, that's. I think he actually came from Japan. Because we know those robots over there.
No, I came from Vegas. As far as I don't. It is still insert year ago date. It is still like how long was I asleep?
No, it's 2110.
What?
Not 2109.
Yeah. No, it's
What the
Friday,
hell else did they do to me while I was out?
25th, 8 in the morning.
yep, it's Thursday.
Oh, it's now
October
about
24th,
9
2110.
o'clock now because
9
we had.
in the morning.
There you go.
What the hell else did they do to me? You were in your skin. That was the only thing that you found flashy or BP within me?
I mean, I can take a deeper look if you want to. And the buzz
With-
stalwarts up
No,
again.
no. Put me back together and then do a little visual scan thingy again.
Oh, right. I think I have some sutures in my coat somewhere.
I mean, you can always stick an eye stalk in and take a look around.
Or just take your scalpel and put it under your flame butt and cauterize it. It'll be all right.
Yeah. I just
Yeah,
slowly
checks out.
hover over his body.
No, that's not what I meant. That's not what I meant.
If you have sutures, I'd prefer that. And because you moving closer like that still makes me question my earlier assessment of you guys. So again, please.
So yeah, you close it back up. You start to suture it back up. You had a successful operation. The second thing that you notice as you are closing him up is the fact that for those of you who have not been inside the medical field or haven't seen open abdominal procedures, your intestines are like they're pink gray. But they're also semi-translucent, and you can often see like if there's something in there. It seems as if his digestive tract, after you had pulled this out of him, the more of that teal blue-green liquid kind of went out of his large intestine.
What the fuck is that? I threw that
I'm
up
curious.
too, but
You threw it up.
yeah.
Bell, hold this. And he tosses him the
Right,
mysterious
this is gross. I hate it.
subject.
This is the worst thing in my life. I hate it here.
And he immediately goes over to investigate the vomit.
Yeah, you get over to hold on, let me pull back up my my Sirenscape, folks. 1 second. I should just keep this as the noise we all need. There we go.
Hey, Val, you want to see if we can take that thing apart?
I do want to see if we can take it apart as soon as you clean it. And he hands it to Jim.
Yeah, it is covered in this kind of teal blue stuff. But yeah, you go back over behind the this cargo container. You see a wriggling pile of worms with a very large amount of snot on top of it, and you see this pile of blue-green tealish vomit next to it as well.
So I want to see if I can glean sort of maybe the chemical makeup or something of this mysterious fluid with my superior olfactory sensors.
I detect methane. Yeah, go ahead and roll. Well, I think we can do science intelligence, please.
Minsky's leaning in for a good sniff.
With his eye stalk, it can also smell. So, you believe that this seems to be something along the lines of things you had heard being developed in the past. It's kind of like it's a nutrient supplement kind of food paste-ish thing. But the stuff that you had seen before was pink. You have not seen one that was blue-green.
So yeah, I'll do the robot equivalent of gag a little bit, and then mosey on back over to the storage container.
All right. Yeah, these these. I'm not going to lie. It's making me hungry, and I don't know why it's making me hungry.
I hate that it's making you hungry.
I almost dislike that more than the sound itself.
Yeah, it's part of me is concerned for you and us
Exactly.
and everyone you will meet later today.
Thanks. My girlfriend, she's chilling out. Wait. Yeah, it's straight.
See, what entertains me more is the more we do that and the more the sound happens, I'm waiting for it to start creating a Pavlovian response in Cap.
And start drooling.
Yeah.
Salivating.
So you get on. You get back. You see Val tossing this oddly shaped metallic tube from one person to the next, and you see John. You catch it. The light is
I'm
still
wiping it off
flashing.
on the blankets.
Okay. You wipe it off on the blankets next to next to Murphy.
Yep.
And you can see that this tube it's made out of a steel. It doesn't seem to have any like ports. It doesn't seem to have any access areas. There are no bolts. There's no welding. There's no soldering. It's just this solid metal tube with this flashing light at the very tip of it.
Val, any ideas how we're gonna get this open?
Val pulls out his multi-tool and he's like, no. No, I don't.
I have some knuckles. We could smash it.
Hey, Minsky,
Pretty
when you're
good.
done there, maybe your buzzsaw could help out.
Well, wait. I mean, hold on. We don't need to smash it open. We could just try to, like, find a seam, pry it open. I mean, does it have screws in it? We could,
Nope. You see
unscrew it. Jesus
none.
Christ, we don't need to keep it.
No seams, no screws, no bolts, no soldering or welding lines. It's a perfectly smooth metallic container with a flashing light at the tip.
Just
What
the
happens
tip.
if we
Just the
just
tip.
the tip? What happens if we smash this? If we smash the flashing light, we could find a way in that way. I mean,
Up
it
to
would
you.
open up into like a like an LED or something.
Up to you.
I mean, it might, but if we can save the light, we might be able to make a flashlight.
Okay, it's okay. Right. All right. I guess.
Asymmetrical
It's
flashlight.
kind of a stretch, but all right.
All right, well, let's go for it. Go
You
for
want
it.
to smash? Hold on. You want to smash the whole thing to save
Well-
this little tiny light bulb?
Well, before you smash it, I figure that once you guys are finished here, you do plan on going somewhere. At least in the wasteland I'm from, there's strength in numbers, and right now it's just me. Would it be okay if I tag along with you guys?
I don't care. It's not us that you need to convince, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
cool.
fine.
He's cool. Minsky's cool. Listen, if
Well,
you don't want to get murdered in your sleep, you might want to go make a new friend.
Fair warning, though, there is a high possibility we're walking into an undead hellscape.
Yeah.
Oh, Rat,
And-
can you shoot? Can you shoot a gun?
Out of seemingly nowhere, I draw a pipe pistol, flip it, and then, like one of these with one of these.
Yeah, that's yes.
Yeah. I was able to, I guess, a year ago. So probably.
All right, cool. All right, just checking, because things are
Get
getting
that.
things are weird.
I mean, there's at least in the wasteland where I'm from, there's giant robots, giant bugs, roaches that are the size of small dogs, and like bigger, scarier beasts that I think somebody told me was like a bear before, and things that are even bigger and scarier than that look kind of like lizard but mammalian, and you don't want to be around them. So weird is, I mean, after the
Subjective.
bombs, yeah.
Yeah. Right.
So-
Okay. Cool, right.
But
So
again,
just so you know,
more of us is better
Do you-
than being alone.
Do your roaches come with water, too?
No.
Sometimes? No? They come with meat. It's not the best meat, but they come with meat.
I mean, roach meat is meat. You can still make a roach steak.
Yeah. Yeah.
don't make that sound. That was gross. I didn't like that at all. That was worse than the worms.
Ah, okay, I'll just put the worms back on then.
Yeah, fine. Oh man, why am I hungry?
Fava beans?
No, you're
There
all
you go.
right. You're cool to come with. I mean, like, look, Sean had to go do something else, and we were kind of fell into a groove of having a certain amount of people. So luckily, you fell out of the sky or whatever, or teleported or time traveled or whatever.
Your guess is
Hopefully,
as good as
you'll
mine.
figure that out. Hey, maybe we could shoot this thing. What do you think of that?
Shoot what?
The thing,
Why
and he
waste-
holds up the capsule.
Why would we waste a bullet?
To open it.
Again, I think it'd be safer to smash it or let the robot cut it.
Right. Just
They
saying.
have a name.
I apologize. It's Minsky?
Correct.
Okay. All right. I apologize. I will work on that. I'd say let's. I mean, with how well Minsky did with this, I'd say let Minsky try to scalp it up. And this time you could use the buzzsaw.
Hey, when was the last time you had a nutrient slurry?
I don't know if I ever have had a nutrient. What's a nutrient slurry?
That stuff in you.
Yeah, I don't remember ever eating something that looked like that.
Cool. Well, just more questions.
Okay.
Now, where'd that thing go?
Oh, it's right here.
Val and Jenny are fucking with it.
So do you guys just want me to try to saw it open?
I mean, if you can, try to go around the edge, and we just try to get the case off, see what's in there. I mean, if it ends up in half,
Right. I mean, do your best. Obviously. I mean, you're. Go ahead.
Hold on 1 second. So Camacho, you're standing out there. It's still pretty fucking dark. It's close to pitch black. The ash fall still coming down from the sky, but you can see what seems to be a small amount of movement. Coming after Minsky goes back into that storage container, you can see a small amount of movement along the side of the storage container. Got your cigar out.
I put away my machete and I draw my pistol.
Go ahead and roll me a perception survival check. This is going to be a DV2 DV3 because it has a +2 for the environmental effects. So DV3. You can use AP if you would like.
I'll use 1 AP if we have it,
Yeah, you guys
and
have a
if
bunch.
no one objects.
AP, go ahead and make the roll. And you regenerate that AP.
Jesus Christ.
Or, well, actually, it's your choice. Do you want positive, removal of a negative, or do you want the AP?
I'll bank the AP.
All right. So you're able to notice that this small, well, not small. You see some movement out of the corner of your eye, and you see skittering to the side of this storage container and moving towards the back. It looks as if you see a pretty sizable rat roach making its way behind
Shoot.
the little cargo container.
Do I have a good line on it?
It's going to be a DV3 to make the shot because of the environmental attacks or environmental impacts.
I'll shoot it.
Okay. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to move our tokens to where they're supposed to be at. There we go. And you're going to take a shot at it.
So agility.
Agility small
right.
guns.
Okay.
So it's going to be a DV3. Do you want to use another AP?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, you got it. So you open fire and you blast off a round immediately at this little thing. Go ahead and roll your damage.
What is she shooting at?
She saw a rad roach going towards the side of the storage container that you guys were all in.
Okay, that's
Oh wait, crap! It's not in the Game Master's.
That's not right.
That's not
right.
That's not right.
Roll the damage for your hand.
I adjusted it before I forgot what the damage was.
Oh, I believe you're at a 3d3 combat dice.
Okay.
Sounds right.
Reroll.
You can spend a luck to re-roll up to 3 combat dice at once. Yeah, so you can spend 1 luck.
Okay. Yep.
Okay, go ahead and roll. There we go. All
There
right,
you
so
go.
1, 2, 3, 4. Do you have any effects on your handgun?
I do.
What is your
Well,
effect?
not on my handgun, but I do have 2 perks.
What is your perk?
I actually have 2 perks that work in tandem.
Okay.
A bloody mess and a better criticals.
All right, so what does that do?
Better criticals, when you inflict 1 or more points of damage to an enemy, you may spend 1 luck a point to automatically inflict a critical hit, causing an injury. Bloody mess, when you inflict a critical hit, roll 1 combat dice. If you roll an effect, you inflict an additional injury to a random location.
Right. So for this, you've got 5 damage. That's a critical, so better critical. Go ahead and roll your combat dice for the bloody mess. Inflicted 1 injury. All right, that'll be 1. Oh, it's supposed to be the head for an additional injury, right? It's the head for an additional injury, right? The pit boy?
No, it just says
Yes. If you roll an effect.
Okay. Alright, so you do get an injury, and it's straight into the torso of this thing. You blast 1 round out of your handgun, and the bullet just rips straight through this thing's body, and it immediately is dead. Your single shot took it out. So you
Awesome.
blast this thing. And the lot of you inside the cargo container, you hear the gunshot.
I walk over and I grab it. What's left?
We freak out.
Yeah. Come right out. What's going on?
Dinner.
Ooh, breakfast.
Oh,
Yeah, breakfast, yeah.
There's a bottle of water in it.
Yeah, so for butchering, go ahead and roll me endurance survival.
Let me write up.
And if you have a critical success, you will find a bottle of water. All right, you try opening up this rad roach. You try butchering it with your machete. You can't really find much usable meat. This thing was kind of already malnourished for what a rad roach can be.
Ronnie.
And you can see that there was a plastic bottle that was inside of this thing, but your bullet went straight through it and it emptied out onto the ground.
Damn it.
So you are unable to get any meat, unable to get any items.
Quick, lick it off the ground.
All right, so Camacho.
What do you want, Gringo?
It seems that we got off on the wrong foot for something that neither of us really had any control over. Given what I know of the wasteland where I'm from, there's always greater survival in numbers. And right now it's just me. The doctor, Val, and Minsky all seem to be okay with me tagging along. I would like your consent as well.
If they agree, I'm just suspicious. That's just my nature. My papa always raised me to be that way, because you never know when people that work for you will try to come for you.
I understand that, and I respect that. Can we say, from this point forward, we have a clean slate in getting to know each other?
Until I know that I can trust you, I'm gonna be watching you, ready ready to put a bullet in your head if you double cross us.
I would expect nothing less if I were to double cross you.
And I feel like Val and Jianyu and Minsky are like peeking their head out of the container, like in it, like stacked like a totem, like watching
Three
what's happening.
Stooges style.
So,
Yeah.
do we have a tentative accord?
You have my consent.
Thank you.
You have Xian, you down there at the bottom, then Val with his hat on, and then Minsky's eye stalk just kind of comes around.
With
When
the
he says
hat on
that,
the eye stalk.
when he asks, "Do we have an accord?" I just say, "My papa always tried to teach me manners, so I guess I should." Then she extends her hand. We shake on it. Doesn't mean that I trust you.
Wasn't asking for trust yet. That has to be earned. On both parties.
And then they shake.
All right.
Okay.
So, what are we doing? It's, we're now, getting a little bit later into the morning. It's closer to around 10 o'clock. You guys have spent quite a bit of time dealing with searching and surgery and talking and parlay. It's still pitch black outside. There's still this heavy ashfall coming down. You have this weird metallic container putting out some kind of radio signal. Zero seams. There's no screw holes. There's nothing that would indicate that it can be opened in any way. But you have it in your possession, and you still have quite a trek to get back home. So what are a lot of you doing?
So we saw it in half and then go, if there's nothing useful in it.
Sounds good.
That way we could at least get to the parts that we could maybe salvage off and scrap out. Oh, by the way, as far as what I might be bringing to the group, I'm kind of really good with words and talking, and so if you need somebody to help barter or broker deals or anything like that, I'll strive to be your guy in that regard. I'm also kind of, as you can see, I'm kind of small of stature, and so I don't take up a lot of space, and I can sort of get in and out of places without people being all that aware. When I'm not waking up somewhere where I don't know where I am. So yeah, I can be your guy for that, for those types of things.
All right, sounds good.
Sounds good to me. Let's cut it open.
All right, let's cut this open, and then let's maybe try to hit the road.
Minsky, are you gonna cut it
You want to do
open?
the honors?
Sure. Yes.
It's up to you. I'm asking.
Just weighing my options here.
Oh, wait a minute. If that's generating a radio signal, that means that it has some sort of robotic life. So if Minsky cuts that open, is that robotic murder?
No.
It's not how that
No.
works.
Oh, okay.
Can I spend an AP to obtain info?
Obtain info about what? What are you trying to get information?
Does it seem like it would be dangerous or possibly even harmful to just like my buzzsaw if I were to attempt to cut through this type of metal?
You don't know what kind of metal it is, but you can use that AP to try and figure out what kind of metal it might be by analyzing it.
Yeah, let's do that first.
Okay. So as you are analyzing it, you are able to discern this isn't steel, this isn't iron, this is some kind of odd composite material that seems to be closer to something that you would recognize as titanium. So you can make your own guess if a steel blade would be damaged or not trying to saw through a titanium container.
I mean, they're about the same in strength.
Pretty
One's
sparks.
just lighter.
Right, hold on. I have a new idea. What if we didn't cut it open? And we tried to find a radio first? Because if we cut it open, we might screw up whatever radio signal's coming out of it.
But if we don't, then whoever, I mean that if you're that's a good point. That if we do break it, then however I ended up here, they may have other ways of tracking. And as far as we know, they only know about this one. And if we keep it with us and this using, then they'll think that everything's okay, and they won't try to do other ulterior things.
Right,
Yeah, I
that
like
was way more involved than what I got out of that. But that is also fantastic thinking.
So you want Minsky to put it back?
No. we can put it in. I have a pocket. It can go in a pocket.
Right. So you want me to put it back?
No, not a flesh pocket. A cargo
Look at
pocket.
you.
Pocket.
I'm a little nervous about
All out of coffee now.
I'm a little nervous about sending a signal back, but we can go with that for right now.
Yeah.
I mean, if we can scrounge up some metal, maybe we can rig up a Faraday cage or something.
Or what?
We can block the signal.
Okay.
Tinfoil hat.
Oh,
Sure,
does this
weird
thing stick
robot-
to me?
Huh?
Does this thing stick to me? I pulled it out.
Yes. It seems to have a magnetic attraction to you. Your magnetic
Uh-oh.
personality.
You're bonding with the probe that was in me. I'm kind of. I don't know how to feel about that.
God, it carries a bit of an odor with it. Can someone get this off of me, please?
Is anybody pulling off of him? It's kind of like.
I don't know how long that was inside me, so I don't know how long I've been carrying it. So I personally, I'd like to take a break from carrying it.
I'll carry it. Val rips it off.
Yeah, just pull it. Just.
Holds it.
Yeah.
And puts it in his pocket, I guess.
All right. So yeah, as you plop it down into your pocket, you can smell it. But
Right.
it's there.
Can also smell everything else.
I mean, yeah. It's you. When's the last time you showered? I mean, everything stinks.
We've
So,
been rained on.
you have been rained on, but that doesn't mean you use soap. That also means that your clothes themselves in a super high humidity climate are still probably damp. And I don't even want to know what your socks and shoes would be like at this point. Um,
Smell like like wet dog.
that would be a very kind way of explaining you. I mean, you said you weren't really sure about pictures. I can show you what trench foot looks like. I've studied.
No, okay.
No, thank you. I think
No?
I'm good.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a fun one. So yeah, you plop this down into your jacket pocket. You can still smell it. You can feel the weight. It's there. It's weighing down a little bit on your jacket. But the lot of you are all together. It's about 10 o'clock in the morning. Few hours have passed, so let's see if the weather shifts at all. Fingers crossed for you guys. Oh wow. Okay, so yeah. Over the course of the next couple of minutes, you can see that the ashfall starts to lighten, and eventually the sun does kind of peek through the clouds as it separates, and the day becomes hot and hazy.
Let's get a move on while we have light.
So
Yeah.
off and off. It is hot, but it is manageable. So yeah, which way are you guys going to go? Are you going to go back towards the resort town? Are you going to head back towards your reservoir settlement? What is the choice now?
Reservoir.
Cool. Which direction is that?
South.
Oh, that way.
Yeah, you have no idea.
Yeah.
But south.
I'll follow you guys.
What I would like all of you to do right now is please roll me a luck survival check. Everybody, luck survival. Alright, Minsky has a 4 and a 13, success. Jianyu, 10 and a 15, 1 success. Val, double critical failure, 2 20s.
I'm gonna use 2 luck
Murphy,
points.
double crit success. And Camacho, no successes. So what
gonna
were you
use-
saying, Val?
I'm gonna use 2 luck points.
Okay, you
to,
can reroll. Make sure to take the luck off. It refills once you get to sleep.
And does that get us 1 action point or 2 AP for me?
So for Murphy, this is something that we've discussed in the past. I'm going to bring back up because you guys are at 4 AP right now. You can max out at 6. You can choose when you do this. This is our homebrew rule that I'll be adding into the supplement under a homebrew section. Is you can choose for a crit success. Do you want the AP point? That's the core rulebook. Do you want a positive aspect to be brought into the game? That could be running across an item, or you find something, or something positive happens in your environment, or you can remove a negative aspect of your environment. So, like, if there's an obstacle or a hazard, you can take that away.
So do I get 1 or about 2?
You have 2, so you can choose if you want to turn either of those into AP or positive, or take away a negative.
1 AP, 1 positive.
All right. So as you guys are stumbling along, we've got 1 positive, and then Val, with your re-rolls, you've got a crit success. Do you want AP, positive, negative?
Let's take a positive.
Okay. So we've got 2 positive aspects, and no crit fails. Camacho seems to be falling behind during the course of your folks' journey, but as the lot of you continue going and moving, Val, you seem to kind of cheer her on. She seems to be very focused on keeping an eye on Murphy, so you go back and join her, and you're able to keep her up with the rest of the group. So this means that there won't be a penalty to your travel time. And then the second positive from Murphy, what kind of positive are you looking for?
Stumble upon something.
Okay. So as you all are going, what you stumble upon is, as you are walking past that previous temple where the giant house gecko had been there, the giant wall dragon had been there. What you see is, you can see that there is the remnants, quote unquote, of kind of a torso that seems to have been thrown back up. Seems to be partially digested, and it has a backpack on it. And it's sitting there on the side of this ramp road as you guys are passing by.
Hey, everyone! Hold on, real quick. I see something. Might have stuff in it. And I trot over to it.
Right. So for this, I'm going to jump into our other category, and we'll see what you discover in there. Other category, you open it up and you find inside of it, you find 3 bottles of melon juice. It seems as if this person may have been a trader, went up to the temple, possibly looking to trade, got eaten by the giant wall dragon, and then regurgitated. And what's left in their backpack is 3 bottles of melon juice.
Awesome.
Now, for those of you who are watching, what in God's name is melon juice? Melon juice is a rarity 2 item, and it's actually pretty good when it comes to eating and drinking. So, it is on page number 160 in the core rulebook. It heals 3 HP immediately and heals 1 HP at the start of each subsequent turn, and it is not irradiated.
Oh.
Yeah, and you find 3 bottles of this. And so the lot of you start making your way, and that's where we're going to end today's session. When we come back in, we're going to have our adventurers make one more roll as they're making their way down. I'm going to scroll on down to bring our map over. So they have gotten about halfway to this point where they can oversee Sun Moon Lake again. They can see back where they had come from with Del Brago, where the fire was. And they can see that still inside the water itself, inside the lake, they can see some movement on the water itself as they are moving through the sunny haze of a day. We have traveled 3 hours, so it's now 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And when we come back in, we'll have you guys roll, and we'll move on from there. So, folks, this is where we're going to end our session. I'm going to have all of us do our outros. So starting from the bottom, going to the top, let's pull up our player cards. Stinkpalm, go ahead and outro yourself.
Hi, I'm Tracy, or Stinkpalm007. You can catch me on Twitch and whatnot. And yeah, it was a good session. Found some crazy guy and cut him open. Pretty par for the course.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Logar, go for it.
Hi, I'm Logar the Yogar. You can find me at twitch.tv/Logar the Yogar, twitter.com @LogarTheYogar, and Instagram @Twig and Logar. I host a game called Dead Sundays. We play a game called Starfinder. We'll be back this Sunday at 7 o'clock. I'm very excited. And you should come watch it. Thanks. Bye. I have to go to the bathroom, so I'll be back in a minute.
No worries. All right. John, go for it.
Hey, I'm John. Johnny Drop over on the Cybernation Uncensored Discord. You can find me here Fridays and for the next couple Saturdays. Other Sandman3096 in the chat. And I have a SoundCloud over at Arxon if you'd like to check that out.
Awesome, thank you. And Raven.
Hey everyone, I'm Raven. I've had the pleasure of playing Camacho, your Merc Survivor, for the evening. You can find me here every Friday as well, and for the next couple Saturdays. Also for Cyberpunk Goes Nomad. Other than that, you can find me all over the internet at Doña Trece Cuervo. Look to the stars. High riders are coming.
All right, thank you. And yeah, I'm super freaking excited for this. As I was actually just talking with Raven the other day, my craziness with midterms at my school is finally over. Next week is the last day of our AP preparation for my students, and so immediately as soon as that's done, I'm finally getting to take a deep dive into the supplement that Raven is working on for the High Riders campaign. We're going to fancy it up, and we're going to have yet another excellent release onto Cybernation Uncensored in our future before she starts on up with her High Rider campaign that she will be hosting. So I am super, super excited for this. Sadly, I'm not going to be able to play in it, but that's the way it goes sometimes.
Guest spot or cameos.
Yes, I would love to be able to do that. So we will see in the future. We'll find out. So for everybody, ladies, gentlemen, everybody in between, thank you very much for tuning in to our latest episode of Fallout Asia. This is session number 16. We've been going for 16 sessions. Brand new player introduced. Please, please, please go check out your emails and make sure that you have the latest update from Modifius. They have put out the latest errata changes, and you can find those in your emails. If you ordered the wonderful Game Master's Toolkit like I have, they have also updated this too. So if you've gotten both of the electronic copies, go get your updates. It is great. Please check out our CybernationUncensored.com. We've got all of our supplements there. We have Medicine in the Time of Red, which Tracy has just recently updated. We've got the Vehicles of Red, which I've just recently updated. We've got the Fallout Asia, which I just recently updated. We've got player character sheets that have also been updated. We have lots of stuff, so please go check it out. And I will see all of you tomorrow for our Cyberpunk Goes Nomad, where we are going to finally get away from that AI facility, get back to camp and figure out what's going on with those Mormons, or marshals, whatever it is. But we'll see all of you folks there tomorrow. Have a wonderful night, and enjoy your weekend, folks. Bye.
Thank you, everyone. See ya.
Cybernation Uncensored.